changing who I am. I'm making a new plan, rearranging my life, and I won't.
From Yokohama, Japan, this is Eric Jones. Welcome to EJ's Voicecast, my journey to becoming a professional voiceover artist. I hope you enjoy the show, and I hope you listen to many, many more. Thank you. I was working with my coach, Aurelia, and brought up that I have this background sound that constantly is appearing in my recordings. I hear it here in my podcast. I hear it in my audition tracks. And it's annoying to hear this after putting in all the work to treat this room as lightly as it is treated and throwing in, all the classes for Audacity that I use to clean up my tracks. It's very disheartening to hear that. She, like everyone else, asked about my setup, and I told her I'm using the Elgato DX and the Elgato Wave XLR. Not many people seem to have heard about that who are in the business of voiceover and other podcasting. It has been mentioned before, try one of the other introductory mics. She passed on to me the Amazon link. We discussed it a little bit. It's for the Rode NT1a and the Sennheiser Mark IV. Now, I'm familiar with Rode products because that's what I use when I'm riding a motorcycle and I'm doing vlogging off of that. I use the Rode system. So you clip one to the camera, the other one goes inside my helmet, and I can go ahead and speak. I'm still working on the wind noise function for that, but yeah, it can get pretty bad. The mic that I bought is like $99.99 on Amazon. The Wave XLR, which is what you plug your mic into in order to control your gain and inputs and whatnot. That's a separate piece. So you'll get a plug to plug your condenser mic into. And you can swap out and use any other condenser mic with that setup, and it will still function. I did some research, and I settled on the Rode NT1a. Reason being, one was price. The price was very competitive. It came with the pop filter. It came with the shock mount. How does it sound? Because that's what I'm running off of right now. I made some changes to my gain settings and my mic input settings. Hooked it up to Audacity. Seems to be sounding pretty good. I did not hear, when I first did it, I did hear the same echo. That's when I jumped in and started doing all the internal settings. And I have to say, this mic sounds better than my previous mic, at least to me. You out there in podcast land have the chance to chime in and tell me whether it sounds different, better, or worse. This will be posted pretty soon. I'm going to get this one done. The Elgato comes with a internal pop filter and internal shock mount. I never took the mic apart to find out if that was true. That's what's in the documentation. This has all the external ones. I'll be able to do a fair comparison, I guess, between the two. To me, I notice a difference. Let's see how long it takes for me to actually dial it in. So my coach is going to send me a script for me to read so she can listen to it and then help me dial my Audacity settings in a little bit better. I'm going to try and beat her to the punch and see if I can get it down where she comes on and says, "Oh, you don't have to do anything. It's perfect." So the isolation shield that I had before, I'm not using that because it's so heavy, it pulls the boom arm down. So I didn't like that. And it was just complicated trying to put it on. It was a mess. So I ordered a smaller one that just fits right over the mic. I'm not using it right now. It's probably downstairs in the post box. I'll have to go down there and get it a little bit later. And if you listen to the Japanese version of this, you might hear it. It might have it on by the time I do that one. Speaking of Audacity configuration, when I connected the new mic and tested it out, I did it straight away as soon as I got it out of the box. It's going to take some time to make sure I got those settings right, as I said. But yeah, one day later, I'm using it. I'm recording with it. I'm goofing around with it. I'm going to see where it goes. I did watch a couple of videos on setting things up with this mic and just setting things up in general. They were quite helpful. I think a few more videos, had a few hiccups here and there, but a few more videos should help me smooth things out. And speaking of smoothing things out, Audacity and Audacity, they came out with an update last week. I work in the IT world, and if you understand IT and you understand things to do with your computer, you never update your operating system or any application when you're in the middle of doing something. You complete your projects, get them all out of the way, and then go ahead and upgrade. I completed what I was working on, and I was on version 3.5.1. I went to 3.6.0, and it installed perfectly. Came up, worked, everything was great. I was happy with some of the tools. I played around with them a little bit. 2 days later, a patch came out, 3.6.1. I installed that, and yes, it broke. It broke my Audacity. So when I opened up something that I had worked on previously, one of the podcasts, every time I clicked on it, it would crash. I tried a few things here and there, uninstall, reinstall, reboot, all those wonderful things you usually do. Didn't help. Googled around, other people had the same issue. Didn't look like Audacity was coming up with a fix. I uninstalled it, rolled it back to 3.5.1, had to put all those settings back in. I did that actually a couple of times since that new version dropped. And then I asked today in class if anybody's using the new version. And I think only one other person was using it, and they did the same thing. They rolled it back. So, yeah, that's a bit frustrating. But 3.5.1 works just fine. So I will continue to use this until the bugs are worked out. And I'm confident that I can move forward with an upgrade because I did kind of like what I saw in the new version. And I've only installed it on a Mac. I didn't try installing it on my PC side yet. Courses, having added a new mic and playing around with it, Audacity settings, I took the brush up course, which was today for me, 8 this morning. So I took the day off from work, jumped on that, and it was good. It was a group session, a group coaching session, and we got to read scripts that we picked. There was a couple that Aurelia picked for us to read, kind of like on the spot, boom, here you go. Go ahead and read the script. And she gave us feedback on all that, and it was good feedback. Each person read, the entire script, and we kind of went in, call it a round robin. Whoever was first for the next script we had to read, they were the last person to read. I was in the middle, so I got to actually scan the script a little bit before it became my turn to read. So I did my read like everybody else, and there was feedback, very helpful. We had people, most of the people were from the U.S. Me, I'm way over here in Japan, and another guy was way over there on an island. He told me the name of it. I've promptly forgot it, but it's between the UK and Norway. So there's a tiny little dot. There's like 50,000 people on this island. And he was in the class. Other folks were from various locations, New York, Los Angeles, San Francisco. So, nice and international. So, that's another thing. I got to, watch myself. There's certain words that I continue to use all the time as basically filler words. That was one of them, and I'm doing my hardest to stop using that. Plus all the ums and ers. So my next course, I did it again. The next course I'm supposed to take is going to be, for sure, September 8th. September 8th in the States. It'll probably be late September 8th here. It will be 9 o'clock at night for me, 8 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. And it's called Voice on Demand VO Intensive 2024. It's a pretty good sized project that they're putting out there. They're going to have physical meetups in New York, Atlanta, and LA. Everything is going to be live streamed. There's several classes to take. At least three. I think it's 3 voiceover classes for coaching. And then there's going to be a class for getting information on getting an agent. There will be a class on marketing and one on direction. And I know I can make it to probably at least up to the marketing one. I really want to take that one. So it'll probably be 9 o'clock till like 2 in the morning, 3 in the morning for me. So I'm just debating, do I go into work late on Monday or take Monday off and just sleep in? So today I took off, and since the class was starting at 8, I got my gym time in. I actually made it, did my run, did my lifts, got the pool. Got a little bit further in the pool too, so 1,500 meters today. Instead of the usual 1,000, I actually got to throw in a little more, a few more laps. Hopefully I don't fall asleep during that class. We shall see. On the Podmatch front, I completed a section of the Podmatch front, or Podmatch feedback, that PDF I told you that dropped. I got through one section of that. I'm starting on another one. It's good information, and I need to act on it. I have not created an account because I'm not planning on doing interviews. Right now, there's an when I get to a point where I feel like I should be doing interviews, or I find someone I wish to interview, I'll jump on it and start working with that. But I do plan to follow the items that are laid out in that PDF and all the corresponding videos that came with it, taking everything in and seeing how I can use it to benefit myself and my podcast. One of the things that popped up was get your podcast professionally reviewed. So I'm going to look into that. Someone can listen to it, say, okay, you need to make these changes on the technical side. You need to make these changes on how you present yourself, your speaking, cadence, things like that. My goal is to try and keep my podcast under 15 minutes so you guys don't get bored and run away. I do need to make my schedule so that I can plan out a week, so I can say I'm going to spend this much time this week or this particular day on creating a podcast, then another one on creating content for gaming, and then another one to create content for something else. I'm trying to get it down to about 3 items so that I don't get overwhelmed, because as soon as you get overwhelmed, it stops being fun. It just stops being fun. So, on that note, I will try and stop saying so. Hopefully I can edit some of these things out. All right, everyone, please take it easy. And before I forget, that mic, the Rode NT1a, about $250 on Amazon. I bought it on Amazon Japan, so it was $38,800. You'd have to do the conversion, but came out to $252.92. So you'll find it for around the same price on Amazon US. As always, feedback and subscriptions are always welcome. Highly encouraged. The link is at the bottom of the show notes. In case you're looking at those, posted the transcripts. If you have advice or suggestions, please share. Thank you for joining me on EJ's Voicecast. We'll catch you on the next episode.
Yeah, this is my life, my strife, my right to fight, to die on. And this is my game to play, to claim a brand new name, oh. And I ain't gonna lie to you, I'm a bit nervous that I might screw everything up that I've ever done. But what's the point of living if you ain't having fun? I guess I'll try this, try that, might miss, gotta find what I'm good at. I guess I look here, look there, over where am I scared, where am I at? I gotta make it in this life, whatever makes me happy, know I'm doing things right. Sipping in the summer on a goose and Sprite, or find a nightclub for the end of the night, oh. And we all got dreams, we all want things, but what you gonna do for it, how you gonna move for it, what you gonna be? And do you believe we can do anything?